Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at Tesla stock options analysis. So we'll go over the data, and most importantly, as you must have seen on the thumbnail of this video as well, that we have bulls betting on the calls a lot, right? They are going full on. They're just saying we just want to do the calls this week. So there's definitely a lot of bets. Bulls are being super bullish on the calls side, and as we'll go through the data, we'll dissect it, and also from the lens of technicals in this video, I'll be putting a confluence together as for, in my opinion, what type of options may come to fruition, what all in all the price may make the move, what are the window and the range that Tesla may move this particular coming week, and all in all, what type of options may go worthless and you may want to stay away from those. So just my opinion in this video that we'll be going over. And before going further in the video, if you can check out my Junior Trader channel and this Tesla video here, that is, I'm talking about, is there a strong upside? I'm talking about a couple of important levels in the price action that will give you a head start already in this options video. So please check this video out if you want to get that head start. All right, so let's come back over here, and just very high level, there is this one level. As long as that is the level of 210, as long as we stay above that, intraday we will remain bullish, and also overall structure until 210 will remain bullish. So again, more in-depth analysis is in that video that I pointed you to on my channel. All right, so having said that, let's take a look at the options, and let's see what's going on. So again, this is where the options traders are betting their money. It doesn't mean that price is going to go there. It just tells you that this is where the most interest is of the traders, right? But it's quite substantial on the calls side that I'm seeing. Well, 215 is very close to the last closing price. That is almost 214 out of the money. So again, this is still very much in play, but we'll more focus on a little bit outside, like 220, 230, 235, 240, and even 250. And you can see the chart is completely skewed towards the calls. You can see puts, yeah, sure, there are some 200 and 210, 190, but they're negligible compared to the calls. You can see calls are already taking the spotlight away from the puts. So just off the gate, looking at the chart, the data, we know that options traders are betting on the calls side quite a lot. So let's see if the price action is supporting that. So the levels that I'll be focusing on is 220 and onwards, like 230 and so forth. So let's mark those on our chart first. So 230, let's mark that. So that is, oh, all right, it's right around here. And what else do we have? 220, right? So let's do that. 220 right over here. And then 235, 40, and 50. 235. Again, I'm not going to be penny to penny perfect here, guys. 235, 240, and 250. All right. So these are the, on the upside, the calls options that we are dealing with. Now, 215, the reason I'm not talking about it because the price is almost there and it's just more like a tradable range. Yeah, as if it on hourly interval gets above 200 hours moving average, and even this pretty much 240 and 76 cents, it's just an upside, right? So, but is 220 a possibility this week? Well, in the likelihood, yes, because why so? We are holding structure bullish. As long as we stay above 210 by Monday, and we just, we also break above 214 and 76 cents, 220 is very likely. Throughout this week, this may happen. 220, no problem there, in my opinion. As long as we don't lose 210, and the last line would be 208 and 47 cents. As long as we can stay above 208 to 210, no problem for the 220 calls. What about higher than above that, 230? So I expect that since Tesla is doing right now average range of almost just shy of $9, that is 8.94, let's give it $8. We have 4 days though in this week, so just remember that. But it's very much in the range from 214 to 230. It's playable in my opinion this week. All right, that is because 8 times 4 is 32. And so if, again, I'm not saying all 4 days is going to go up. So even if, let's say, you put average range just for 2 days, $16, that still puts you to 214 to 230 almost. And that's where I would say is the safest range, because that is also just between these two supply zones, and this above supply zone that is at 233 has strong lower pivots as well right now. So this week, even if we continue higher, let's say at 220, and 230 is still at the edge in my opinion, but that would be it in my opinion for this particular week. The options, again, not saying it can't go above that, but what I'm saying is that this is the safest range on the calls until 230. Above that, especially 235 or so for this week, we, again, this, I'm not saying it's impossible because technically structure is in that direction, but what I'm saying is that just because we have hanging pivots down there and the week is also shorter, we might struggle at 235 and above, just because we might see a slowdown there even if we get to that level. So in my opinion, calls options above 235 may not be worth it. 225 good, 220 good, and 230 is teetering just at the edge with some previous strong pivots and the supply zones, right? So that would be that. So that's your safest range. I don't think 200, well, likelihood anything above 230 is, I would say, is less than 50%. Not saying it's impossible, technically structure is in that direction, but likelihood is less. So this is the safest zone until 230 I'll give on the call side. Now what about the downside? Can that happen? Well, for downside to happen, guys, we need to lose this zone. Otherwise, playing puts is not worth it. We have to lose 210 and 208 by any time, any day, right? If we lose this zone of blue box, that's where, that is 208 to $210 range. If we lose this, that's where we have a problem, and we might start breaking downside to the puts. Otherwise, no. And then the upside safest range to play the calls is, I already gave you, is until 230 in my opinion, right? So this is your safest place to play the calls, right? So that's that. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys, for this particular video. Is there some, no, there's, look, yes, the structure is looking good to the upside. Also, the options traders are betting on the calls quite a lot. Puts are not that significant. There's no point in focusing on these small puts. But is there a possibility in the range that puts, what if, puts comes to play? Well, even if we, let's say, lose this 208, I would not bet more than 203 and lower, just saying. Because we still have technically strong structural support. In, as I said, there's just more likelihood of things remaining in the upside zone for Tesla this week, in my opinion, all right? As long as we stay above those levels that I provided. So yes, it's looking good for the upside, and then I gave it the window range as well for what I think is likely the best suited range for Tesla this week. And that's pretty much it, guys. There's nothing else in this video that I need to focus on. And yeah, I think if you need more technical in-depth analysis as for why certain levels and moves may happen, check this video out here on my channel. That will give you a head start on, and a lot of other things that will tell you. All right. Okay, that's it, and I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.